So I'm doing my devotional reading this morning, and in the devotions, we're in Leviticus 6. And this just jumped out at me because in verse 13, it says that the fire on the altar shall continually be burning. It shall not go out. And this is interesting because I heard a pastor recently say how he pointed out that in Leviticus, that the fire for the altar was started by God, but it was up to the priest. It was up to man to maintain it and to keep it burning. And it just makes me wonder how many of us, when we came to the Lord, when we came to know Jesus, he started a fire in us, but we've forgotten to maintain it. We've forgotten to keep it burning. We've forgotten to continue to set sacrifices on the altar to help to keep the fire burning. And we've just forgot to keep that fire kindled in our lives. Because part of the purpose for this fire, this whole chapter, Leviticus 6, he was talking about sacrificing, putting all these sin offerings on the altar, and the fire needed to stay burning so that the offerings for sin could be burnt up for atonement, for covering, for forgiveness. And I think a lot of us were forgetting not only to keep the fire burning, but we're forgetting to continue to offer our sins on the altar. And the thing about this is not just the big sins, right? Like life isn't just about coming to the Lord and leaving behind the big sins, like the alcohol and drugs and sex and those things, what we would consider the big ones. But God, what we're supposed to continue to offer deeper sins, what we might think are smaller things. Continue to offer your pride on the altar. Continue to offer your greed on the altar. Continue to place your lust, sacrifice your gossip, sacrifice jealousy, whatever it is. Continue to offer those things on the altar as well, because this purification, this sanctification is a lifelong process. And another interesting thing I read in this morning is it said, if people sin unwillingly, then if that sin becomes made known to them, then they need to offer a sacrifice. So we've got to allow God to reveal these things to us. And if it becomes known, if we become aware of it, we can't just brush it off. It's being brought to our awareness so that we can sacrifice it, so that we can put it on the altar and be purified. So I just want to encourage people, kindle that fire, keep that fire going, keep offering yourself the sin, the impurities, the ugliness of your lives. Let God draw more out of you so that he can purify you more, and offer those things on the altar.